Sup YouTube, this is Novacane back as I promised, and I got a great video for you guys today. I want to call this one "How to Be a Better Teammate." And while we're talking about how to be a better teammate, I'm talking about how to be a better commentator. So just leave your ratings below and let me know how you feel about my commentating. Okay, we're gonna go with it's 5 things ultimately that can make you a better teammate and that can spark from you and make your team a better team. We're gonna go with communication, teamwork, skill, attitude, and bonding. Okay. More times than none, I'm not all 5 of these, and that's not the greatest thing. You want to be all 5 of these if you want to be an amazing team, and most teams have players who carry all 5 of these traits. You wanna have great communication as a team and as yourself. Let your communication flare. This is one area that I really take serious and I really flare off in. A lot of people tell me I have great communication, and it really helps my teams in more ways than I can explain. Whatever team I'm on at the moment. You want to have very short call outs. So sometimes instead of saying this guy's behind us, it won't register in your teammate's head. You want to scream out flank and things like that. And if you have great teammates and if your team's on where they're supposed to be, then they'll understand what a flank is. I'm very scared if your team does not understand what a flank is. You want to scream out flank or one on plat, and I say plat instead of platform because plat is a very much shorter call out, and you guys can register that in your head more than you don't. You want to say like things like how many you see in one area, just things that can overall benefit your team. Like say all 5 are rushing boom shot. Your team can start working on the flank. If that guy isn't on his way to boom shot, your teammates can start working on the flank. Or that guy's hurt, push him. Your team can confirm whether they want to push or not. And I'm rushing this guy. It's just ultimately your teammates can confirm instead of you rushing and making the dull play. Or this guy's rushing me. Your teammates can help, and Gears of War makes it very clear on how many players are alive and how many players are dead. If you look at the top left corner, so you may sometimes say it's a 3v4 situation. Slow down, we got this, and that can put a round in the bag instead of having one player rush obliviously, and that could ultimately make you or break you. That's one thing that I make very serious on my team. I say it's a 2v1. Slow down. You don't want this guy to clutch on you. You know what I mean? And sometimes you may not want to call out things because you feel like it's very open and it's very clear, but you got to think about that. You're in a position that your teammates aren't. I don't think you and the teammate can be at one spot at one time, so maybe you see an angle that they don't see and you see something that they don't see, so you want to just open your mouth on that, and I feel like that's ultimately worth a win. You saying something for 2 seconds can be the determinant of winning that round or winning that whole game. So you may want to just speak up. And you want to be a team player. We're going to move on to teamwork. You want to be a team player. Make team choices. Don't rush for your stats, and don't run away sometimes, because you may ultimately die more being a team player, but ultimately it'll benefit your team and you guys will get that win. I see a lot of times a player thinking about himself, not reviving his teammates, and just running and giving up a whole lot of ground, and their team gets overpowered and pushed back and they die. As you see right there, I picked up my teammate and I stayed with him and we fought it off, and now we're benefiting from it. At the moment we got a 4v2 situation. And don't get an ego and go for the most kills or go for the top of the list and think you're not doing good if you're not at the top of the list. The person with the best Nasher is the most skillful. And don't do your own thing. Do the team strategy. Don't rush in by yourself. Don't do what you want to do that'll benefit you. Benefit your team. Make team choices, and play your role till its fullest potential. We'll save this for another video, but sometimes you don't have only one role. Sometimes you may want to play another role just to help out your team to the maximum extent. You want to work on your skill before you can be good as a team. You individually have to have a great amount of skill. Now I won't say greatest because if you saw Planet of the Apes, one person is strong, but 4 people together are stronger than one person. So overall, just grow with your skill as a team, and sometimes it'll make you a better player and you'll figure out your role. One thing I do realize that people have confused: a Slayer is not always the best player. Because you see this person getting the most kills and you see this person doing this and that does not make them the best player on the field. So don't lose confidence and don't get down on yourself. Keep playing your role and don't try to be another role that you're not. I understand if your teammates need you to step up and play this role, but don't try to take it to another level. It's not broke, don't fix it. Okay, and smart gameplay isn't always, shooting your Nasher. Pick a primary target sometimes and know your levels of threat. For example, say I'm on this rail right here. I know that I can't get flanked because I have a teammate watching my flank. But I know if I move out into the open, there's so many targets that can hit me at one level, so I'm being cautious of that and I'm being scared. You see I moved back because one of my teammates died on the flank. So I'm being very cautious of what's going on and I moved backwards to check the flank and see if anyone was behind me. Okay, pick a primary target, man, and just lock on. Or sometimes to see communication right there. You may not be able to hear voices, but communication got me to know that that guy was behind me. And I told my teammate was behind me, and he got the clutch shot. That guy's rushing in without his teammate, so we get the pick up on the 2v1, and they got away in time because I had my Nash out, not my Lancer. All right, we're gonna move on to the next thing, attitude. You don't want a bad attitude. I have a very bad attitude and it kills my team sometimes. You don't want a bad attitude. A bad attitude could ruin every trait you have. Whether you have skill, you have teamwork, you have communication, a bad attitude could just kill everything. You don't want to make excuses about lag because I see this so many times. You say it's lagging, and your whole team hops on board, and come around the fourth round, you're still saying it's lagging, and you've been saying it since the first round, and your team just ultimately accepts defeat. You want to be positive. You want to lift up your teammates. Let your teammate know he had a good kill. Let your teammate know, let your teammate know that he had a great call out. Be unselfish, be confident, and listen to your teammates. Because, like I stated earlier, sometimes they may see an angle that you don't, and they can communicate to you and tell you something to do. So you want to listen. And sometimes, honestly, just when my teammate tells me to do something, I do it. And if it don't work, everyone knows that that guy did it. It may sound bad, but everyone knows that I was just a casualty at listening to my teammates and doing what I had to do. So that may be another way to look at it if you don't want to embarrass yourself and be that guy that rushed in and messed everything up. Wait until the very end of the round, or not even the end of the round. Wait till after the game to discuss team mistakes, because you don't want your team to get down on each other, and you don't want to start arguing with each other during the match because this guy did that wrong. And I have a huge problem with that. I hold your teammates accountable, but at the same time, do not just start a big argument about it, And last but not least, I want to talk about bonding. Bonding is a very huge thing with your team. You don't want to be that guy that only gets online or gets on his second account, doing air quotation marks right now, and get on his second account only when they have matches. You want to bond with your team. How would you feel if someone came to your house only when you had food? You would feel used. And there's a lot of players out there that use teams for competitive gameplay. They use them just to get better and not to actually grow as a team. And that just all comes with recruiting. But you still want to be reliable, but don't be that guy that comes home only when there's food there. Stick it out, tough it out with the team, and it'll make you guys a better team, and it'll make you guys more emotional in your gameplay, and you'll grow respect for each other, and all sorts of other things. You just don't want to be that guy that's using the team. Make your teammates your friends. Don't hang around. I understand sometimes you and your teammates may not get along that much, but work that out. Make your teammates your friends. Don't go hang with your real friends or your public match buddies. You play public with another set of people. It's okay to have other friends, but at the same time, you want your teammates to be your friends and your family. If you expect your team to be successful in matches, and if you guys want to take it to that next level, get comfortable around each other. You know what I mean? Learn how to laugh with each other, joke with each other, and learn your teammates' weaknesses. Sometimes it may come down to knowing your teammates' personal life and realize, hey, they act a certain way because of this is going on in their personal life. I'm not saying hold it over their head and make it a bad thing for them. That was so laggy. I was so pissed. it's like the fourth and fifth round just start lagging, and this guy thinks he's good for clutching on us. Anyway, make your teammates your friends and just get to know each other on an individual level outside the video game, and just it'll affect your emotions in matches, and you'll care for each individual person a whole lot more. And that's all I have to talk about today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. If you liked it, like it. Leave a comment on my commentating. I've been practicing. Subscribe. Do everything, guys. And I thank you guys for watching so much. And I'm gonna let you guys see us come out with this W. And peace.